was my destiny. After a lot of fight with my parents, I reached there. Enjoy my stint, I would say over there. It was a transformation session. होता क्या है जब ज्वाइन करने से पहले थोड़ा सा एक डिफरेंट पिक्चर आती है, ज्वाइन करने के बाद में बहुत ही डिफरेंट पिक्चर आती है. When you see that picture, some say, dude, this is not just made for me. And some start believing and some start finding the fun in it. I was of the later part where I was always told that to do whatever in life. That was my parents saying, do whatever in life. Just make sure that you are putting your 100% and that love, that blossomness, that passion automatically starts coming into it. So it's like, when people do it's exercise or dance or sketch or anything, for a few days it's fun, but after that it starts to probably get bother or starts to get disinterest. But the passion, that the word that comes, it only comes when you have practiced it day in and day out, even when your mind and when your heart and when every muscle in your body was telling this is not it is, let's change it, let's change it. That's where I feel the new age hospitality would be asking you guys to do, is how passionate, how mad, or how driven you are to the future of the hotels or hospitality or maybe aviation for that per se. When COVID was starting in our hotel, also there were a lot of hiccups that were happening. All of a sudden, we had to send our students back. Disheartening because I was the one who was speaking to them. And all this while, I feel that pinch of not being able to help them to complete their internship. Some were probably about to get to their dream departments. होता है ना कि सर मेरे को front office करना है, F&B करना है, और मेरे को ये करना है. And a lot of departments. Some was even eager to work with me itself. And when those dreams were saying, or dreams were said that they have to wait for some time, it really shook me up personally, because we had around 88 interns, as we say in Marriott. We have Marriott interns, not let's say there is not industrial training as such. So all the interns, I had to probably say them bye, and it was something that I have not done in the past, and it is also something that I never ever want to do in the future. So yes, guys, the situation is tough. Situation is something that none of us ever witnessed. I would say, few, let's say my grandparents did when it was their era and when Spanish flu happened and when they saw all this happening, this drama or everything, and they fought it, and they were alive, and they were fulfilling their dreams, and they were cherishing. So yes, on one side, I guess I don't, with IHM, I don't believe that we would be demotivated or demoralize ourselves for probably looking for different options of career in life. IHM has always been a pillar where they make, let's say, normal human being to some passionate, extraordinary people, and who just do not excel in hotels or hospitality or aviation. They excel almost in every goddamn thing that I have seen them. In my batch, only 50% of the students or my batchmates are in hotels or hospitality. Rest of them have ventured into different prospects. Some are into customer relationships, some are into entertainment industry, and they are enjoying themselves. They are thriving. And the only reason is what IHM taught us at those moments were, do not leave anything just in middle, complete it. एक वो मानसिक satisfaction आती है कि यार मैंने अपना पूरा कर दिया है. Now it's on the other side. You cannot do anything 100%. It's like एक थोड़ा सा part, थोड़ा सा आगे छोड़ना पड़ता है कि this is me. Let's see what the future is. Okay, guys. In the middle, if you are not able to listen to me, what I'm speaking, if you're not able to understand anything, please pop up. I'll repeat. Because I'll just, progress. Mr. Ghosh said I'll speak right now, and around, let's say, 40 odd minutes after, I'll be opening the platform for questions. and ask as many questions as you want. Do not think ये क्वेश्चन खराब है, अच्छा है, इससे मेरी इज्जत खराब होगी, मैं इडियट लगूंगा, स्टूपिड लगूंगा, ऐसा कुछ भी मत करो. अब से आधे घंटे पहले मैं अपने एशिया पैसिफिक डायरेक्टर के सामने एक स्टूपिड सा एक काम करके आया हूँ. आई आस्क्ड हिम, सर, आई नेवर थॉट यू वुड नो दिस, so please go ahead and ask as many questions as you want. The most stupid people or the most notorious people have always excelled the most. I am firm believer of that. Anyways, coming ahead or going ahead. So yes, team, I was shared few questions by Aditi, or let's say few interesting topic that she said that I should be focusing on, I should be speaking to you. But before going to those questions, I just want to, let's say share a few news that I was going ahead and I was reading on the different platforms, especially for hoteliers as us. Is that firstly, do not get worried up, do not get boggled down. Hospitality has always been an industry who has always fought hard and who has always come up with innovative solutions. We have been the one who have given solutions to a lot of other industries. So please, firstly, do not think that this is a situation where we will not be able to come out. We will come out very, very strongly. In fact, stronger than ever. I would say, this is just a change to us. That's it. And with every change, yes, it is hard to accept that change. It is hard to adjust into that change. But once that change is accepted to you, you start living that change. So just firstly believe in that nothing is lost, nothing is going to go crazy. थोड़ा time लगेगा, for sure लगेगा. Let's say, and till that time you have your studies, you have other things that I'm going to talk about, which you can enhance your skills and everything. And then hotel industry is going to, of course, love you with open arms. Right. Now, coming to things that Aditi asked me was the number one point that she wanted to really we have to discuss over here was importance of daily trainings for the employees in hospitality industry. See, trainings जहाँ भी आता है, I have seen personally that होता क्या है, associates थोड़े से डगमगा जाते हैं कि ट्रेनिंग का मतलब बोरियत है. I guess I can see a few figures right now. Some is like rubbing eyes. किसी का भी कैमरा ऑफ हो चुका है, कोई इधर देख रहा है, कोई उधर देख रहा है. So generally it happens. It happens because शायद कभी इंटरेस्ट नहीं आता है चीजों में, कभी इतना मजा नहीं आता है, कभी कुछ फन नहीं आता है. But that's all right. That is all right. You are not supposed to, let's say, be interested in anything that you do. Certain things would be that ठीक है यार, ये इतनी अच्छी नहीं है, जिस चीज में आपको इंटरेस्ट होगा आपकी आंखें खुल जाएंगी बहुत ही, for example, dancing, sketching, or other things. So coming to the topic of training, or let's say everyday training, I believe so. Training is one thing that we have been doing since our birth. We were trained how to probably, when we feed it milk. We were trained how to ourselves feed ourselves milk. We were trained how to walk, and then we learn how to walk. We were trained how to, let's say, speak, and then we learned the art of speaking. And then we were made, let's say, grown up, how to do this, how to do that. We have been trained since our, not even, let's say, I would say birth, even before the birth, mom and dad are always speaking to you inside mother's womb, bacha ye karega, bacha wo karega. Training is something that is going to be with you forever, forever. Since that time you are checking out from the mother earth. Since that time. जब बूढ़े होंगे तो जो आपके अगेन बच्चे होंगे, हमारे बच्चे होंगे, they'll tell us पापा ये नहीं करना, वो नहीं करना, मामा ये नहीं करना, वो नहीं करना. So training is something that is always going to be part of it. Coming to hospitality industry or coming to hotels, yes, it is absolutely damn important that we are training ourselves every day. Some great gentlemen, I'm sure when I say this quote, you will understand who said this, that, if it's 24 hours, then I would want to spend the majority chunk of my hour in sharpening my eggs rather than cutting the wood. So there is a whole story behind it. I'll just, very quickly explain it. So there was a person who was supposed to get married, and he was from a wood cutting place. He goes to a owner, he says, I want a job. So the shopkeeper says, yes, start cutting the trees. He gave him an X, kulhadi, and the person went into the forest and started cutting trees. And one first day, or let's say for a month, he was getting enormous amount of trees cut down, probably let's say 20, 30, 40 every day. And everyone was happy. Everyone was happy, and he got a lot of money. He got happily married. His owner was happy, and everything was happy. Everything was happy. Wow, people were loving him. Like, यार ये तो भाई कोई टॉप आ गया, ये तो दिन के इतने पेड़ काट रहा है, महीने के इतने पेड़ काट रहा है, कुछ तो उम्मीद है, कुछ तो टैलेंट है. And wow, month two started, a slight drop, and he said, "यार शायद थोड़ा थक गया होऊंगा." Owner thought, started a new life. Maybe शायद थोड़ा सा कहीं और easy हो गया होगा. Fine. Month three started, the number dropped again, and now there was a cause of worry for everyone that this guy was not able to bring one was working, and the woodcutter thought that he is not being enough passionate. He thought, यार मैं तो ऐसी like just not doing enough things, or there is some wrong in my technique, or मैं कुछ तो गलत कर रहा हूँ यार. I need to put some extra effort. Dude, we used to work 4 hours, and he started to work 8 hours, putting extra effort. The number of trees that he could cut was getting less hours extra productivity less, hours extra productivity less, hours extra results less, hours extra result less. And after 6, 7 months, he went to his owner and he said, I guess I'm not made for this job. There is something wrong that I'm doing. I guess the love, the passion that I had for this job is all away. And the owner, being the experienced campaigner, he asked him just one thing question, which I'm sure you have the answer already, or you must have heard this story a lot of times. Have you given enough time to your ex? Ex is not ex-wife, not ex. X was the Kulhari ex. Yeah, Kulhari go. And the guy was like, Kulhari को time देना है. I would want to give time to my family, to my wife, and probably let's say to you, I would have to give time to X. He said, fine, okay, come. He took that X. They started, sharpening it by a stone. It was like a long backstory, so they could sharpen by a stone. Sharpen. 8 hours में उसने 4 घंटे सिर्फ उसको तेज करा, सिर्फ उसको लाड़ी. And he said, let's go to the forest. And that same X, same amount of time which he used to do in first month, again came back. And then the owner said that, dude, it's not always about the passion, it's not always about the amount of work. It is not always about how hard are you working. It's about how are you made aware of what you have in your hand, and how hard or how smartly are you training your X. You're training your X to cut the trees. So the motive of this was that we need to probably every day train ourselves every day. And coming to my employees right now, after this session, I have a session with them where we are speaking to them, where we are helping them train themselves. I cannot be meeting everyone, unfortunately, because they are in their state places. I cannot be able to, meet them online. So offline it may be. But training is a very, very vital part in everyone's life, in your life. Currently, what you're doing, what are you training yourself on, would be mattering a lot when hotel up and when hotel opens the door for internship. Believe you me, staying fit, the agenda that I have for you over here before again we get the next point. Staying fit, staying fit would be the new mantra for all of you. Unless, of course, it's a medical thing that you cannot stay yourself fit. Please start focusing on your health right now from today itself. And why I'm saying so is there are a lot of jobs being slashed. And interns would not be any more interns kind of a material. They would be expected to do a lot of physical work, a lot of mental work. And why I'm saying fit is because of the immunity factor, which we understand at this moment how important it is for us. Staying fit is the new mantra once again, guys. The more you are fit, would be the better chances for you to get into hotels because they would want to get you first on board. Why? Number two, of course, number one is immunity. Number two would be the factor because gone would be the days I see that you will be just working in one department for a month. There would be now it would be, let's say, hours, or there would be jobs that will be assigned to you. For example, it may be me, Himanshu Tomar, working as an intern, and I've just joined, my orientation is done. Now second day, my first hour goes to HR, my second hour goes to F&B, my third hour goes to front office, my fifth hour goes to F&B service, sixth hour goes to maybe even KST, maybe even engineering. Everyone would have to do every job with the same kind of effort, same kind of passion, same kind of hard work, and same kind of focus. Why? The only reason you understand better because we would be looking for multi-dimensional interns because firstly I have to be now multi-dimensional. The time I go, I have to work just not in training. I would have to work in all the departments now. And same would be expectations from the intern itself. It's going to be hard for sure. It's going to be, let's say, a new environment for us as well. We would want to get certain first before we can ask you to do those trainings. Yes, trainings will be provided, you'll be provided with resources and everything, but the more you are multi-dimensional, the more that you can think in different directions, the more you can show that passion every day working in different departments, and the more you can learn would be the X factor. Because I see now after months or after weeks, there will be assessments that will be done in a very hardcore way. When people who are very focused, people are producing results, they would be the one who would be going ahead with the internship because now the interns number is getting expanded now. The colleges are more, number of requirements from the hotels will be starting from a less, and then of course it's going to gradually increase. So quality of your work is going to measure the success of your internship. So please be highly focused. As I say, number one, be staying fit. This is the new mantra. I have believed in that for some long time. That's why I focus on my health. Being staying in home does not make any difference that you cannot stay fit. You can of course jump, you can always laugh, you can do yoga, you can meditate, you can probably take care of your diet, you can do a lot of things. Web is available for you as much as for me. So focus on your health, number one. Number two, start thinking multidimensionally. Start thinking multidimensionally. And number three is focus on putting quality work right now. Quality work. People would be absolutely mad about quality stuff right now because as the test starts coming in, for example, if I talk about my hotel right now, everyone is getting the same room. Rooms are same. People are not going to care about rooms right now. People are not going to care about the food right now. People are not going to care about facilities right now. In the facilities, one important factor for them would be how are you going to make sure that I am safe and secure in the room, in the hotel that I am checking in? That is going to be the most priority thing in coming years I see right now, in coming years. And same would be for our interns. That's what I foresee right now is how can you contribute to the success of my hotel? And internship are just not going to be some other intern है चल गया सर गलती हो गई था गलती करो. I am not denying that part. Please गलतियां करो, please enjoy करो, please yes. But then again, it is going to be how fast are you learning from your mistakes now? You cannot be like doing the same mistakes day after day, time after time. No, that is going to be a hard no because every resource that is not being utilized properly is a cost which is extra to the hotel expenditure. and every hotel is going to be focusing on that cost. Every single penny is going to be counted, which is of course counted right now, and it is going to be more stringent when the hotel opens, because the hotels which are shut down, of course, their expenses also less. When the hotel starts opening up, there is a particular amount of cost that is going to go up. If I'm not going to get that amount of guests, I'm going to start worrying about that cost factor. I would have to start to bring that down. So people who gives me quality stay. People who don't give me quality, I would have to say them, fine enough. We will work on you, but not at this stage. After some time, after some time. So nobody's going to, let's say, be, yeah, मेरा job नहीं है. Don't worry about that part, or मेरा internship नहीं. Not. I'm going to that part. What I'm saying is, you need to focus on your quality. You need to focus on quality. I hope that's clear. And if you have any questions on this part, please focus. And I've told you why training is so important. And this is the way that we train. And this is the reason why we train our people, so that the quality is not compromised. Quality, of course, cannot be compromised at any go. Leading Marriott at a lot of places, we have to lead by example. You know, that's the largest hotel company. People look up to you that and if also, if you see the message of our CEO, Arne Sorensen, he was the first CEO from the hotel companies who came face to face to the world and tell how are we going to progress. And then after, the other companies followed it up. And also the hygiene program that we are launching, the health program that we are launching, the way we are going to take care of the guests, the way we are going to take care of our guests, internal and external both, is the talk of the town, because it has to be. For example, whatever Kohli does, it's been followed. Whatever, let's say, and any of your leader does, whichever that you love, is being followed, because they are supposed to be followed, because people think that whatever they're doing, कुछ ना कुछ तो reason होगा उसके पीछे. Let me see what exactly the person is. So that's about importance of daily training. I hope I made it important by sharing that small example of X, and why training would be important, why quality would be so important in the coming time. Number two that she wanted me to share this was expectations of the hotel from new interns and new recruits. I covered somewhat in the first point that I had said about the quality and uh, let's say the out of the edge or out of the box thought that you will have. I would want to always add in this, and expectations would just not कि तुमने curriculum में क्या करा है. That would just not with expectations anymore. It's going to be added a lot of that extra. पढ़ाई करी है, you are focusing. You are focusing. How well have you cleared in your exams would be an important role now. Why? Because this shows the seriousness of the student in at least academics. Because till I will not make you, your background checks, your background numbers, your academics at least can tell me that how serious the student was at least about something. That tells me that yes, at least the student wants to do something in life. Point number one. Point number two would be, in this time where you have a lot of time extra from your studies, how have you spent it to develop yourself? I'll repeat this because I feel this is so important. Leaving the academics, we would be focusing a lot on how have you developed yourself leaving the academics. What extra activities were you doing? What extra courses have you done? What have you done to uplift yourself? What have you done to uplift your game? What have you done so that once again you will be an asset to me? Because now it's going to be a lot of business talks. It's going to be like, okay, you do this to me. Are you game at this? 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 Good, fine enough. Thank you so much. Come in. You're not game at this? Fine enough. A month later. Not a game at this? Fine enough. 2 months later. Not game at this? Fine enough. Not happening. Probably you may go to some other hotel who may want it. Hotels would be very specific, and they would be now looking at your resume very, very seriously. And that extracurricular activities where watching hobbies, sorry, watching movies, playing, trekking, reading novels. So I, anyways was a very big fan of extracurricular activities from, let's say, the time I have started recruiting interns, because that tells that how exactly are you kind of a person. But now it's going to be, let's say, need of the hour. So अब तुमने इस 2 ढाई महीने में जो एक्टिविटीज करी हैं, जो नेटफ्लिक्स पे तुमने सीरीज देखी हैं, जो अमेजन प्राइम धड़ाधड़ खेला है, वो अभी सब चेक होगा कि उसमें कितना सीखा है. And I'm not saying please do not do this. Please, you should. But there are a lot of things that you should always learn from anything that you watch. How much time have you given to your upskill? How much time have you given yourself to educate yourself? How would the world would be in the new era? One who has extra benefit advantages. For example, what I foresee right now, the first intern that I would want is someone who is really good in sketches. Because I would want to, talk to my people through a lot of sketches. Let's say put some sketch about Corona, put some sketch about how we are going to take care of it. Because there's something which is always eye-catchy. Maybe someone who's very, very, very good in, let's say, IT skills, handy in IT skills, because resources would be less, and I would want more out of you. So that would be one thing that I'm looking for. I would of course look for someone, जैसे पहले आपने देखा होगा ना, वो अभी coming back to the fitness thing, admission होता है पुलिस में, आर्मी में, is a medical test that is done. How fit you are, what's your weight, probably let's say your eyesight and everything. These I see would be the new norms, of course, of getting interns, because nobody would want, as I said, sorry, nobody would want a baggage right now. No baggage is required. इस टाइम पे होटल्स की वैसी, मतलब यार मेरे को इतना रेवेन्यू देना है, मेरे को करना है, वैसे उनके पास बहुत बैगेज है. जितना कम बैगेज, उतना what I feel so is going to be better and better. Right. What extra would I want from the new age interns or from you would be enjoy what you are doing. Please enjoy that. In the internships that I have seen, people, they get too much boggled down with क्या होगा, क्या होगा, क्या होगा, कुछ नहीं होगा. We are humans. We have fought wars. We came to a part of extinction even a lot of times before, when probably are even 3 generations before people were born. We were apes. Charles Darwin आपने बताया है, और आज हम यहाँ खड़े हैं. We evolved. We have the ability to evolve, and we will evolve this as well. But how are you evolving individually would matter a lot. So please, please, please keep this in your mind from today itself, that what extra are you going to give to me when you come for internship. Please keep that always in your mind. And when it's about extra, something which hotel would want for. So how can you gain about this is upskill yourself. For example, I'll give you a small example. If any of you are already doing that, well and good. If not, then Tata Communication Skills, TCS, they are doing a lot of free courses right now. In fact, let me just tell you the name of that thing right now. It's called as TCS Aeon. TCSION, TCSION, TCS Aeon. Make your account in that. There are a lot of courses which are free of cost over there. Free of cost. They talk to you about, let's say, soft skills, presentation skills, how to build up your resume, how to face interviews, how to talk a lot about other things as well, communication skills. Please go there. Free of cost, account का कोई पैसा नहीं है, and those courses are available. I am doing those courses just to refresh myself and refresh if I may have missed something. Harvard Business School is giving you a lot of free courses. Please go on that. LinkedIn is giving you free premium accounts. And if it is not free, 1500 रुपए शायद एक महीने के लगते हैं. Go there, open a LinkedIn premium account, धड़ाधड़ do those trainings. Go to Google, of course, do Netflix. I'm not denying that part. Enjoy that part. But after that, beyond that, focus on your upliftment. अगर आपको मजा आता है training में, जैसे in terms of culinary, go to Harvard. There is sessions, there are courses which are free of cost, which tells you how to uplift your skills in culinary. Same is of course for front office. Same is of course for communication skills. Same is of course for other IT skills as well. Please, 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 this time is going to be very, very precious. It is not going to come back. These moments are going to make you into something that you deserve or that's the world want, or something that, for example, I always say to my students or my interns, which side of the things would you want to be, where and interviewee calls you that I want you to be my intern, or where you go and knock the door, so I'm looking for internship, hai kya? So question is open to you, which side of the world you would want to be, where people want you or where you want people. It's absolutely as crystal clear as one be. World, of course, sorry for this. I'm not COVID positive. I just have cough. That's it. Nothing else in that. So, I was going through a few things a few days back. Uh, so I just slipped what I was talking about. Yes, coming to the point. I was asked a few days back that how are you uplifting yourself? I was asked same question by my Asia Pacific trainer that what are you doing for your upliftment? I of course told them, I'm थोड़ा सा health पे ज़्यादा ध्यान रखता हूँ मैं अपना, that's me. So I was focusing on that part. He said, what else? What extra? And I used, started talking about TCS, and I started talking about Harvard, and I started about LinkedIn, and I started talking about a lot of other stuff, which of course may not be that important to you right now. Let's say a lot of survey that you can take. There is MBTI survey that you can take for yourself. It tells you what kind of a person you are, how you think, how you work about it. And after that, after let's say half an hour, I got a call from the ops head of India level, and he asked me that, can you please, draw something which is going to help us, get ourselves trained. So I was just working on those lines, and I believe that how much can be contributed this time as well. How much can be contributed to each other this time as well. There'll be something, for example, I just see Dhara may have something which she knows that she can put tribute to Kush or to Mehak or to Shreyas or to Akshat. So please, the world coming up is going to be about sharing, which was getting bye-bye. The world is going to be about how Gaurav makes his dance moves. I still remember Gaurav dancing, you know. So it is going to be about how people are going to, let's say, love you, how passionately, and believe when I say passionately, it has to really come from the gut, the gut वो gut feeling तो gut से वाला passion, that gut से वाला love, that gut से वाला caring, how you are caring. And believe me, people would know by a split second that are you mocking it or are you really, really, really caring for it. And if you really would care, you're going to go lengths in your career. And if you are not, then believe me, people are going to leave you alone. And being alone is not a good feeling. If I can just take a few more minutes and then I'll open a session. When I was back in UK doing my studies and everything, there was a time span which came where I think I used to be very smart, and that ego thing that came in my mind. For good 5-6 months, I was not employed, and घर वालों से पैसा मांगने में थोड़ी शर्म आती थी. I don't know क्यों आती थी. मुझे लगता है मेरा ही पैसा है, but आती थी. चलो ठीक है. There was a time that came where I did not had much money to spend. There were days where I was, just going to bed hungry. वो मूवी में देखते हैं ना, वो पेट पेट पे ऐसे बांध देते हैं, वो गीला था कुछ ऐसे बांध के मैं सोता था. Actually मैं सोता था. There were times where I used to go out, take a lunch meal and then divide it into two so that I can have dinner because I need energy to go out. There is 300 jobs that I applied. 300 jobs that I applied. Sorry, 300, not 4, 300. I still have those, mails in my inbox. I don't know what was happening with me or my career or my curriculum. I don't know what with my resume. We'll come back to you. We will come back to you. We will come back to you. कुछ interviews हुए. Again, we will come back to you. वापस कोई नहीं आया. पता नहीं वो कब वापस आने वाले थे. But ठीक है, they were coming back to me. And I was really losing it. I was losing it because staying hungry and how much are you going to ask with your friends as well? And there was a day when I was going by a nightclub with my friend, which I so-called friend, and I saw there was an opportunity written as night porter. नाइट पोर्टर होटल लैंग्वेज में इसको हम केएसटी बोलते हैं जो पोचा मार रहा है. That's where 10 years back or 10, 11 years back, I started my career from. 9 months, I used to clean from kitchen, from restaurants, from washrooms, from the garden that we used to have, everything in those 8 hours of my job. And of course, checking check out of people in the night because they know कि मुझे मैंने डाली तो इसको पता होगा. Every day for at least a month, I cried. Every day for a month. So I was like, after spending good 11, 12 lakhs, is this what I'm getting? No. But as I said, my dad said one thing that just hold on. Put your heart and soul into things and they are going to turn into gold. It takes a lot of pressure to turn things into gold and even more pressure to turn things into diamond, that stone into diamond. So if you want that to be diamond, you have to go through that pain, buddy. You have to. And after 9 months, when I could see myself earning more than my friends who were working for 1 year, I realized what that was. So, guys, while I end this from my side and I open up for you, passion, hard work, determination, sacrifice, they are just not words. They're just not words. Few days back, I saw Irfan Khan and Rishi Kapoor checking out, and उसके बीच बाद में ही there was an encounter in Jammu and Kashmir. A colonel, major, sub-inspector, and full soldiers. And उससे थोड़े दिन पहले हमारे paratroopers of special forces. I could see people just showering flowers and blessings and everything to backers. Of course, they deserve it. They have worked hard. And when it came to those real heroes, which I feel real heroes, very few. But I could see that those very few had that sense of, जो आर्मी का जो लीडर था, the day encounter happened, on the same evening, he was supposed to take his flight home. Flights booked, his posting in Jammu Kashmir was ending. In the same evening, he was supposed to take flight home, and जो उसने एक महीना पर spend करा था वो भी एक महीना नहीं था because of Corona. He could not take his post out. He was supposed to be changing his posting a month prior. That passion, and I always take a lot of pride in the bodies, and I really believe in that. And it's up to you. You want to take a lot of pride in that or something. Whatever you do, put your heart and soul, sweat, blood, everything in it. Every muscle of your body should be spent in that, the thing that you are doing right now. If you're listening to me, please put everything, and believe me, you will really understand what I'm saying right now. And it's up to you. You're watching Netflix, just an example, put everything in it and learn the hell out of it. You are exercising, put everything in it, and believe you me, you will come out as a winner. So by this, let me end my session by saying thank you so much. You have amazing careers lying ahead. Do not worry about this time. This is just time. This is just time. It is going to pass. This is just time. It is going to pass, and you will become the leaders, the entrepreneurs that you always have dreamed of. You will. You will. But you have to stay yourself grounded. You have to still believe in yourself. You have to fight a lot. You have to sacrifice a lot. But believe me, you do that, world is waiting for leaders like you still in today's era. So thank you so much for having me over, Dr. Ghosh and the students. Love you guys. You are awesome. You are beautiful, and you are all going to rock for sure. शायद कोई एक महीने बाद करेगा, तो शायद 3 महीने बाद करेगा, लेकिन करेगा जरूर, अब करेगा जरूर, ये पक्का वादा है मेरा आपसे. That's what I can say. With that, I open session for question and answer. You can open up, let's say, unmute your mic, speak, you want to write, please, please, please. Thank you so much. Mr. Ghosh and Aditi, session is open, please.
Very much. May I call you Himanshu, alumni of IHN Kolkata. I hope you don't mind me calling you Himanshu.
Arey sir, please, absolutely. Bindas ekdam.
Because, okay. Himanshu, thank you very much for your words of wisdom to the students. Before the students jump in with their questions, because I have been looking at the chat box and there are some questions they have got lined up for you. But before they jump in, dear students, with your kind permission, I would like to ask some questions to Himanshu before you jump in. The question which I would like to ask is that this is a personal question. That
absolutely.
What is the difference between Himanshu Tomar as a student of IIHM and Himanshu Tomar as the training manager of Renaissance?
Wow. Okay. Thank you for asking this question, sir. मतलब ये आपने ना सर चक्रव्यूह रच दिया है और इस चक्रव्यूह में आ गया right now. So, thank you so much for asking this question. It's a really deep question. I really feel so. The difference that I feel in Himanshu Tomar as a student of IIHM and Himanshu Tomar today is IIHM laid the foundation. IIHM is a stepping stone for me. If IIHM would not have been there, and believe me, when I was going to IIHM, my family, and I'm being very that honest, my family was not very, very happy with this decision of mine. But I really felt that I need to go there. I need to really, let's say, self-analyze myself and understand myself. IIHM helped me today. Who am I right now? They were the one who helped me. In fact, in IIHM Kolkata, my professor, Mr. Rajiv Singh, food production professor, adding more to him, he is again one person. I am dying to probably meet him whenever I go to Kolkata. One person that changed me in and out, in and out. The first question he asked me was, "Mr. Tomar?" So he used to say again, "Mr. Tomar, where are you from?" I said, "Delhi." No. Where exactly are you from? And like this. And what's the ball say? Where exactly are you from? Where exactly are you from? I said, "Sir, Meerut." Okay. So Meerut and Kolkata, how far? How far? I said, "I don't know, sir." And I was like, "Out?" They said, "Yeah, out. This industry is for smart people, dude, not for you. Out." So that first question itself changed a lot, sir. So I used to be, let's say, थोड़ा सा casual हो जाओ, थोड़ा सा चलो चल जाएगा यार. But nah. Under Mr. Rajiv Singh's eyes, nothing. You cannot escape anything from his eyes. Cheetah eyes. So change was that I used to be, let's say, let things go, just not putting that 100% or not that extra effort that I always believe that कि effort इतना करो कि आपके मन को थोड़ा शांति पड़े कि हाँ यार इससे ज्यादा शायद नहीं हो पाएगा और इससे कम भी करूं तो यार कुछ मिस रह गया. IHM helped me, or IHM differentiated me from this part. I used to be a person who used to leave things, start kara passion, yeah, और फिर बीच में आके छोड़ दिया. IHM helped me to move that. That was the big difference that IHM created in me. And over the years, when I speak to more and more of IHM, I feel that that value is still there. They really probably, this is some transformation that IHM does into you. They put that stigma in you or something, where stigma in the right sense, I probably may not be the right word to say, but they put that that needle of passion in you, that needle of making yourself good in you, that you facing everything like, wow man, bring it on, just bring it on. So coming to your point, these words that I'm saying, determination, sacrifice, discipline, integrity, and everything. This is what I never used to be before when I went to IHM. I learned this in IHM, honed in IHM, and when I came out and when I saw the world, that how much these values really mean if you are really, really, really behind them and focusing them and learning them. And fruits फल आया. I could reap the fruits after 10, 8, 9 years of it. So, sir, this is what I feel the difference that IHM has created in me, and this is what I see the student part. थोड़ी मटर गस्ती करी है सर, sorry to say. खूब हॉस्टल जंप मारी है. I would not deny that part. You know, we have done our bits and everything. HP hostel in Kolkata used to be the famous one, the most notorious and famous one. But yes, after that, some discipline came and everything. So yes, enjoy life, students. Enjoy. College age has to be college age. It cannot be a professional age. College and into professional world, different world. Everything has to be learned in a set manner. Everything has to be gained in a certain manner. Do not take things life seriously. Do not go that bad about it. So I guess I hope I answered your question.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Acha, so students can jump in before I ask my next question. Students can jump in for their questions.
Mike can just speak it up.
Bhagyalakshmi, I saw you had a question. So could you please ask Mr. Tomar the same question?
Yes, ma'am. Sir, good evening. Actually,
Hi,
good afternoon. Sir, I had the question where how many jobs do you think are going to be less provided to us? Because that's one of the main questions right now, as being in the hospitality industry or any industry for that matter.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Bhagyalakshmi, I was just reading an article in Economic Times today, and again, please do not get demotivated by it. This is just numbers. This is just numbers. In last month, 122 million people in India got jobless. 100.
I read that article, so.
So yes, it is like a worrisome point. But then again, see, I don't see after a month or two when we start to live with this virus. अभी problem क्या हो रही है? People are not sure how to survive. People are not sure how to take care of themselves. Everyone is in haphazard. When we get those guidelines, then, for example, I'll just give another example if you can connect. Tuberculosis TB takes 1,200 lives a day in India. 1,200. But still, we are living with it. And it is still communicable. It is communicable. Like X to Y, it communicates just like COVID. But people are still living with it. But why? Because people start to get used to live with things. Vaccination आएगा, चीजें change होंगी, हमारे अंदर discipline आएगा. The problem is हम अपने आप से discipline नहीं है right now. So that's why you will see a lot of job loss. Because things are not that disciplined, things are not planned for this. Once things get planned for this, things get sorted to this. Airlines, railways, hotels, restaurants, you guys, me, start to living with this. I know do's and don'ts very particularly, and they get into my blood. Everything's going to start coming back. Guests are going to travel more. You guys are going to be in demand more. I'm going to be in demand more. So a particular number, I don't have, lady. A number, yes, they're going to be. Kitna? I don't know. ज़्यादा नहीं होगा वैसे तो कुछ. Hotels are still going to open. Marriott is still going to open hotels at the end of the year. They have to grow. Growth cannot stop. I hope I answered your question, Bhagyashree.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. It's okay, sir.
Dhara Gandani, you are next. I believe you also had some questions regarding your internship selection.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, like, so seeing the current trends in like nowadays, the whole feminism and the equality thing has come up a lot. So, I want to know, with the recent changes that will obviously be going to be coming up in the industry. So, like, will the females be expected something differently than the males, and how will the like selection process be different for males and females?
Wow, Nara. Nice question. I could see, and yes, there is a lot of differentiation which has started to build up, and very heartening to see. Should not have happened. There is no reason it should have happened. You guys, the other gender works as hard as everyone does. In fact, more currently, even more, I would say. If it's about Marriott, I talk about, there would be no difference at all. Marriott has never believed. In fact, our founders, Alice Sheet Marriott, our founder, Mr. The male founder, the husband and wife, and the
Yes,
founder,
sir. Yes,
Mr.
sir.
J.W. Marriott always said one thing, that this company could only stand because I had the support of my wife. And Marriott has always believed in that.
Yes, sir.
We would never let go this funda of this phenomenon ki yaar, acha, we will have jobs for females, these jobs will be for females, these jobs for male. Nothing is going to be there at all. This is what I have seen right now. Nothing has ever came to my eyes or ears that Marriott has done this. And I also don't see this is going to happen for other hotels as well. Because if this comes up, then there is going to be a lot of friction that is going to happen, not for the good. Not for the good. This cannot happen. I don't see that happening. So, I don't feel it is going to happen, and I don't see it is happening, and it should not. And hotels, probably they have seen that life, and we need more females. To be honest, we need more females, because guests, when speak to females, they have those decencies to speak in a better way. I personally feel that. So yes, you guys are going to be in as much requirement as probably other genders. In fact, you guys together would be in demand, not gender biasness.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dara.
Samar,
Aditi खुश हो रही है साइड में देख के, है मेरी जान.
Samar, please ask a question.
Sure, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir.
Hey Samar, very good afternoon, brother. Tell me please.
Sir, I just wanted to ask, does having a spectacle affects the selection of a candidate or a trainee? Does having spectacles affect training?
Yeah, it does.
All right.
स्पेक्टिव तो थोड़े स्मार्ट लगते हैं ना, वो थोड़ा लगता है भाई साहब मतलब पढ़ाकू. No, nothing on those matters. That is not what I was talking about being fit. That is not. I said on medical grounds, no problem. Medical grounds, not at all. But if you are physically fit in terms of you can attain that fitness, you should absolutely. Because जब ऊपर नीचे भागना पड़ेगा तो I need someone who can fit. I need someone who can cook 2 FNs in an hour and in fact in another hour and in the kitchen in third hour. I need that person. So don't worry about your spectacles. That is not at all. No way.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, brother.
Okay, guys, any more questions?
I guess I have bored you enough, guys.
I don't think so, sir. I do not think so.
अरे ये अंदर की वो होती है इस टाइम पे, सर खाना वेट कर रहा है, नेटफ्लिक्स वेट कर रहा है, प्लीज समझा करो. फील नहीं समझ रहे सर आप.
Thanks, sir.
Acha, then if anyone else got a question? So Himanshu, I have one question.
Sir, please.
Hospitality is a glamorous industry.
Yes, sir.
So we say that you have heard about it when you were in college. You also heard about it that the hospitality industry is a very glamorous industry. Now, being in the industry for so long, how much of is it true?
Sir, okay, thank you so much for asking this question.
This is for the students. They need to
absolutely, sir. Sir, मेरी definition glamour के measure बहुत अलग रही है. Wearing, let's say, a 10,000 rupees shoes is not glamour for me, or fancy watch, or probably not doing, shusha जिसको मैं बोलता हूँ, shusha is not glamour to me. Glamour is something when you walk, people should look at you not by what you're wearing, but the way that you wear and the content that you have. For me, I connect glamour to the content. So yes, that way, hospitality industry is absolutely awesomely glamorous. There is so much to learn. There is so much to see. There is so much to visualize. It just never ends. 24/7, 365 days. There has to be glamour in it. That chef who works and that chopping of the knife, the onion, it's glamorous, it's magic. Where they're talking about like tuck, 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 lage हुए, बात आंखें यहाँ है, हाथ यहाँ है. That's glamour to me. That's passion. That's for me. That's where I correct my glamour word. That passion, that magic. That is what glamorous is. That bartender, doing those dazzling tricks. That front office person, the smartness that he thinks what the guest would be asking or let's say looking forward in the next day or in current state. To me, that is glamour. So yes, hospitality industry is absolutely glamorous life. It's one hell of a glamorous life. One hell of a glamorous life. It makes you cry. Next moment it's going to make you burst into laugh, and next moment is going to probably give you a high which you have never felt. But end of the day, everything depends on how you see glamour. How is you see glamour? What is the definition of you understanding of glamour? For example, heart of the house लोगों को लगता है glamorous नहीं होता. अरे भाई, the most glamorous thing is heart of the house. And if you think it is not glamorous, then make it glamorous. Simple. Make it glamorous. Bring those ideas. Nobody stops you. Nobody is going to stop you. That's why I said, what extra are you going to learn in these days is going to be the counting factor. And adding that glamour. For me, that is glamour. So it is superbly, I would say I've seen a lot of industries. So I worked in hotels, I worked in restaurants, I worked in entertainments, I worked with a news channel as well. I've started doing my business, I did my business as well. Sab kuch, one side, hotel industry, glamour, amazing man, amazing level. But it as I end, it depends on what is your definition of glamour. So I hope I answered your question.
Yeah. I hope the students listen to you. Yes, any more questions?
I don't see any question, Aditi, now.
No questions.
Anyway, guys, you have any questions, anything for me? Aditi, have my number. I'll be more than happy to be in touch with you guys. I only have one number. This is on WhatsApp. That is on call. Please, please, please feel free to drop me a message. Do not think even before dropping a message. The time, of course, think, but content, do not think कि क्या ऐसा है. You want, let's say, some other counseling sessions as well. You want to speak to me, understand something more in deep. I'll be more than happy to, if I can, add anything to you, and vice versa as well. Any help I can be of, I'll be so happy to help you.
Likewise, Himanshu, anything from your side you want from us, please feel free to get in touch with Aditi. You can get in touch with me also directly.
Sure.
So,
Sure,
and when the lockdown is over, when, I don't know, I hope to go to the hotel and meet you up with you.
Oh, absolutely, sir. Very soon we'll meet, sir. Very soon.
Right, definitely.
Sure, sir.
So
Thank you so much, guys.
No one has any questions. So I think we can come to the end of our session. Thank you very much on behalf of IHM and on behalf of the students. I would like to thank you for spending 1 hour with us and sharing your thoughts and giving the students such good advice. I'm sure they have been able to connect with you, and it has been more profitable for them. So thank you once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Checking out, guys. Bye. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Please join in for Ron Scott's Professor David Foskett's session.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
3:30.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, best of luck, guys. And about tomorrow, prepare yourself. Let's have
Yes,
fun.
sir.
Let's have lots of fun.